The following video is rated PG for puzzling gameplay. Viewer discretion is advised.
This is it, the true final battle of the pool stage of the one-player stadium tournament. We'll have quite a bit to talk about after this match, but this match should still be interesting in its own ways. It is the 1 seed Cards of the Heart against the 16 seed Razorflame. Welcome, puzzlers. This is your head tournament organizer, Cards of the Heart. Welcome back to the League of Puzzle Speedrunners Pokemon Puzzle League one-player stadium speedrun tournament 2022. I'm joined here by the two people that are going to be calling this match. It is Tayman and Six. Tayman, how ready are you to actually get this tournament proceeded into the bracket stage?
Yeah, I thought I'd hop on because we have, a little bit of bonus action after the 5 weekends of pool stage, and we get to say goodbye to easy and normal and hard mode, and those are fun in their own right. And yeah, let's wrap things up and start a whole new ball game as we all try to understand just how exactly does even be hard.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely be getting into that in just a little bit. And Six, how has your experience with this tournament been to this point?
Mine has been pretty crazy, as stories have already told, but at least there's plenty of really good puzzle players left to determine what other chaos can occur in this bracket, and we'll see if anything interesting happens in this last match, even though I have, as many people probably do, predictions already, but it'll be a nice send-off to easy, normal, and hard, at the least.
Indeed, there's still some uncertainty abound if I do not take care of business in this matchup, but there were some unusual circumstances just to get this matchup done. We'll get into that and then talk about the matchup itself in just a little bit. But first, if you're joining us for the first time and you're not exactly sure how it all works, allow me to take a couple minutes of your time to explain how this game works and how we are playing it in this tournament. Pokemon Puzzle League is a Match 3 puzzle game first released for the Nintendo 64 on September 25, 2000 in North America and March 2, 2001 in Europe. It was re-released on the Nintendo Wii Virtual Console in both regions in May 2008. It is a Match 3 puzzle game in that if you match at least 3 of the same panel either horizontally or vertically, the panels will disappear. To win, however, you need to do more than simply match 3 at a time. You need to make combos and chains to not only prevent your gradually rising stack from reaching the top of your playfield for a time, but also to send garbage blocks to your opponent to make their stack reach the top of their playfield. You make combos by matching more than 3 panels in a row at the same time. They don't keep your stack from rising for very long, but they do send small garbage blocks to your opponent that can prove to be very disruptive. You make chains by linking sets of 3 or more matches together. Make a set of panels disappear, and then have the panels immediately above them fall into another match. Not only does this keep your stack from rising for a longer period of time, but it will make thicker garbage blocks that will be more effective at actually filling out your opponent's stack to the top. If your stack reaches the top of your playfield and the game tries to break the stack through the top, you lose, so you want to avoid this at all costs and force it on your opponent as much as possible. To beat these computer opponents, you will have to either make sure that they run out of time while their stack is completely topped off, send so much garbage to your opponent so that they can no longer make a move, or send garbage to your opponent in such a way so that they think they can no longer make a move. Easy mode has 11 stages, normal has 14, hard has 15, and V-hard and S-hard have 16. In this tournament, players will be racing through those stages to get to the end as fast as they can. first player to defeat the final opponent wins the race. The first player to win a predetermined number of races wins the match. Best of luck to all of our players. Here we are, the true final battle of the one-player stadium pool stage. We have gone through many weeks of play to get to this point, and we are finally here to lock things down for the upcoming bracket stage today. We started with 22 players, signed up, qualified, split into 4 pools of players, and asked everyone to engage with each other in round-robin combat of the one-player stadium. Each match is a set of best-of-5 speedrun races in the levels of easy, normal, and hard. So, players agree to the first level to race, and then the loser of that race picks one of the other levels to race, and so on and so forth until all the levels have been played. We have to go to game 4 or 5, then all of the levels become options for the loser. Once again, we could double up or triple up on the levels, as we've seen in, I think we saw it in 2 different instances in this tournament, right? I think it was more than we had in the last Tetris Attack tournaments, just for some comparison. But once we're done with this match, we will know with 100% certainty the top 2 players advancing in each pool and what the matchups will be for the final bracket. We will talk about that at the end of this broadcast. One of the tiebreakers that could have been used to determine seeding in the final bracket, but we did not get to it, is the weighted average race time. And I wanted to take a look at that to give an idea of how everyone did in this tournament. So far, after 3 weeks of play, I am at the top of the leaderboard, though circumstances with this match could have made things change up just a little bit. Also, keep an eye on Razorflame's score in the 21 position. There's a real potential for seeding adjustment with him and Fudu in the 19 seed. If Razorflame is able to improve his times to beat Fudu's, then it will be Razorflame getting a slightly better spot in our consolation bracket, the redemption bracket, which you will see towards the end of this tournament. So there's still a bit to play for both of us involved, and want to make an aside. This was quite the unusual circumstance to get me and Razorflame to do this match. We actually had to go into a procedure that has not been used in these tournaments before, but I have made an option due to wildly variable scheduling that we've had to resort to in this tournament. We actually did a series of asynchronous races for this one. You will not find these race results on racetime.gg after this match. We could not get together to do these races at the same time. So under the supervision of our assistant organizer, BB Forky, we both recorded our half of each race separately. And I recorded my half of the runs first, and then Razorflame was tasked with beating my times in each level. We had to come together a little bit on the race order, but I think that'll be largely irrelevant in the grand scheme of things. You're gonna see some intentional pauses in the video that was recorded, because the levels that we had to play were a bit recorded out of order from how this was played out for the match. So things are gonna look a little bit different for this one, but I was just fortunate to be able to get this match in the first place. We had to private message BB Forky with our preferred order for this match, and we basically use a loser pick to determine what the next races were going to be. So we'll make sure we keep an eye on that. The unusual circumstances that led to this match getting done should make this a bit more interesting than maybe it would have otherwise. But before I throw it to Tayman and Six to talk about the matchup a bit more closely, let's take care of a couple of other administrative matters we still have left to get into. We do have our crowdfunded prize pool still for this tournament, now at $211.07 out of our goal of $600. If we do get to our goal, then it will be a hefty little payday for our top finishers when we get to that point. You can add to those donations. You can add to the prize pool directly with your donations, typing !pool in the live Twitch chat, or clicking the donate banner below the stream, or going into the YouTube video description to get that direct link. You can also go to twitch.tv/puzzlespeedrun, throw in your bits and subscriptions to the channel, and get portions of those actions added to the pool as well. And just for playing, you get a chance to win a piece of that prize pool. So please join us. We definitely love all the company that we can get. As we've seen from today's broadcast already, we're doing more than just the one-player stadium tournament. The one-player stadium action will resume next week, but tomorrow we've got one more little side tournament that we've been putting together. It is the Spa Service event. Every race will be a straight-up speedrun of the line clear mode. If you caught the marathon tournament earlier today, then you will know what this tournament will end up being about. Those of you who did not see it, go check that out. Hopefully I've thrown a card into the upper right corner of this video to go to that broadcast. So it's gonna be a series of 3 qualifying races. Then the winners of those races will get 3 automatic spots. A 4th spot will go to the next player with the fastest time. And then we will have a series of best of 1 races in a 4-person single elimination bracket. And the winner of that race will get to take home a $50 top prize that I am giving away. So if you are watching live, you still have a little bit of time to sign up for that at start.gg. And to now talk about this matchup and to call the match, let's throw it over to Six and Tayman. Take it away.
Yes, welcome to the final matchup of group stages in PPL 2022. And we're gonna talk about it, but this is one of those matchups where the outcome probably isn't that in question. If you look at Pool 1 here, Cards is currently at a 3-0 record. He is guaranteed to get the number 1 seed here, and I think Razorflame, unfortunately 0-3. Probably hoping to get some practice in for the Redemption tournament, and possibly maintain his seeding there. So let's take a closer look at the credentials of these two runners. And we see like Cards is did pretty well, let's say. What do you think, Six? Like what else is there to say about Cards of the Heart in Razorflame?
I think Cards has done pretty well throughout his matches so far, and I don't expect any kind of super troll situation that would make this any amount of closeness. Maybe the hard mode under ideal circumstances, but other than that, it's probably a card sweep. But Razorflame can definitely play this game. We've seen that he can make those big chains and combos to go with the chains. Maybe not 100% of the time, but when he does make those attacks, it's very flashy and fun to see, at least.
There was that one match between Razor and Foxy where it went to 5 games, and Foxy ultimately pulled that one out, but I think that was a very surprising performance, though that might have been also due to Foxy slipping up a little bit under the pressure, as well as Razorflame playing well. So that outcome makes me think that there's the possibility of some shenanigans, but if we look at the times here from Cards of the Heart, got first in every category except S-Hard. Still getting respectable 4th, and no lower than 5th place on S-Hard. And I want to see Cards get back on that S-Hard grind, because that 1701 is starting to get really stale. So let's start working on that. But yeah, I think this is going to be a cards sweep here. But we're here to enjoy some Puzzle League, even if the outcome is probably not in doubt. We're just going to enjoy the aesthetic of the game and listen to Pikachu shout Pikachu 792 times.
Pika Pika Pikachu.
Alright, so yeah, without any further ado, let's go ahead and wrap up the final match of PPL 2022. It is the number 1 seed, Cards of the Heart, versus the number 16 seed, Razorflame, coming at you right now. So yes, we trust that Cards and Forky have worked their video magic to display these synced up races, and they got the layout working perfectly. If you wouldn't know any better, this was happening live right now.
Technology is incredible.
We got the face cams. Technology is incredible. You can pay $9.99 a month to store all your Pokemon. Alright, so they're starting out on hard mode here. And hard mode, everyone is going to raise their stack. No need to pile on the attacks onto Gary and or Brock.
Ooh.
Whoa, look at that.
Cards sent like 7 lines in 8 seconds. There's the attack. Razor going for a slightly higher chain. Shake time gets slightly punished. Probably not beyond this. Well, there's a chain.
And probably not going to be long enough. Oh, okay. That was closer than I thought, but doesn't get too punished. It was the lack of the second 4 combo that really hurt Razorflame there. We see Cards going out to an X3 with the extra 6 combo.
Oh, that cut.
See.
Okay. That works. It's a lot of stop time for him, but it works. Somehow.
Razorflame just a little bit short there. Brock's gonna downstack. That could have been an 8 or a 9, but unfortunately Laser's gonna have to keep sending this attack.
Yeah, they downstack further, so it's not just 2 more lines, it's like 5 more lines after what they send. I think we're there now.
There's a 10. Get your lips max out. It's a 10. It's a dime from cards. And that is part of the satisfaction of playing in hard mode that I've discovered, is that because it has the least amount of stop time of any of the difficulties in pool stages here. So if you send fast attacks, it is actually pretty common to get 10-second stages, and that's very satisfying.
Okay, Surge still had a pillar up there, so it didn't stall that very long. Okay, good attack from Razor as well. Couple quick kills is good to see. Yeah, it's very satisfying when you can cut it off with a 3-chain. There's not even if there's enough combos, it's not even a fanfare, just a thunk, and then they pass away.
One of the most satisfying moments for me was in my match against Flagglestan, where he was keeping pretty close with me the entire hard race, and I sent an attack to Gary where only the combo garbage... I topped them off with combo garbage, and when that happens, there is almost no shake time, so the stop time starts counting down immediately. So, and that's another reason why you want to weave in as many combos as possible, because you do have that possibility of getting that super fast kill.
Yeah, if the chain block doesn't appear on screen, then there's no shake time for it. Just like the smaller blocks, which is barely anything. It might have made the difference in a few stages sometimes throughout this.
Yeah,
Minor troll. Not too big.
Yeah, 24, not the worst in the world. You're almost certainly going to get a couple of those. Razorflame sending the follow-up, but it's just a little too late. As Koga finds that clear. Probably not going to get that those blues. Going to be a 26. Oh, Cards dropping that chain. He's going to rebuild quickly. Oh, and those pillars. Oh, still a little bit short, but...
Wait, the slowly raising stack. Okay, not that punished. Fine, we'll take those.
Cards has about a stage and a half lead here. And,
That's a good attack from Razor. But Koga had a clear lined up.
A little bit short. That's why it's so important to send these double 4 combos to get that separation.
It takes care of one half of the little blocks, but not the other one. Yep, it's... Even if it doesn't, like, totally confuse them like it does in S-Hard, it still distracts them long enough to time them out.
Absolutely. And because their cursor speed is like so much slower compared to V-Hard and S-Hard, getting that separation with the combo garbage is just so important. You see, this looks like a pretty good attack from Tracy. Card just bobbing his head. He likes that a lot. And
oh, that's a lot of shake time.
Oh no, he's still... Ah, the random clear is going to allow Sabrina to get the clear on the garbage. And typically in hard mode we see, okay, Rocket, what what are we doing?
They're gonna have like not a lot. Oh, they find a clear. Are they gonna get to the? They are getting to the other pillar. That's rude. As Card sent in the follow-up combos.
This is a crush kill on hard mode. We
then.
rarely see those. Cards is a little boggled back there. And the 27 seconds without a clear from the AI, that's pretty rare. You hate to see it. Oh,
Razorflame. Do the most magical things in the world to stall without actually doing the big clear.
Card's getting a billion 4 combos there, and that's not good. Typically, people go a little higher hard mode and Giovanni leveling out the stack. Card is gonna keep sending his attacks here, but this is where we start to see hard mode really show its teeth.
He doesn't really have anything? Okay. It gets the job done. It's fine.
Yeah, Card's still having the patent pending 2-stage lead. Ooh, and that's a nice
Oh.
attack from Razorflame as Tracy not quite able to get to that clear.
That's 10.
No. That's a 10.
Are you ready?
Remember to do the extra wet lip smacks if I like being smart is watching.
I tried that and then I started choking on myself, so
Oh, don't
just imagine it.
Right, Card's going to work on Lorelei here, getting the first clear. We see she's super
A lot of down
low.
stack. The flattening,
Can't win 'em
the
all.
clear. Can't win them all. Razor not having much luck with topping off opponents right now, needing to send extra attacks.
Like caught out of position. Oh, but those purples are going to fall into position. We see this. Okay, this should be good with the 4D. Card's getting some, getting trolled a bit more in the second half. None of the egregious minute or minute 30 stages that really make certain players in Canada throw stuff at their wall on camera. Which, imagine being that guy. It's quite sad.
He's always sending enough attacks to constantly have his opponent topped off, which always gives them the opportunity to
That's
just heal over.
It's a nice 11. Great bounce back from Card. Is he gonna go into Gary?
Wobbler line?
Oh,
Oh,
no!
go horizontal!
No horizontals.
Okay, the pillar.
We do not like the x-axis around these parts.
Alright, Card's one solid Gary attack from winning the hard. Oh, Gary's going pretty low.
Wow.
Trying to find extra combos as fast as possible before he downstacks too much. There goes his clear. What's he gonna do next? The extra attack is in.
Oh, is he gonna?
He found the purple clear because of
Okay.
that scam 3-pop at the bottom.
I don't think you had time to airwalk that. But that. Oh, those
He has
greens are in
time
place.
for the greens. And enough time for the purples too.
Gary.
Yeah, this is Gary gonna Gary sometimes. Buying more time with having a lot of panels to work with. Now he's just showing off.
Yeah, this is a reminder that please get your donations in for the Gary Crisis Support Center, as over 80 million families worldwide are traumatized by Gary too.
Lorelai's not treating Razorflame much better right now though, so it's not even making up any time.
Oh no!
Oh.
Oh, what? What? Come on! What is this? God, the airwalk. These opponents have way more time than you think to get to certain clears. Purples are gonna go into position.
Welcome to late stage hard mode. Cards does get out of Gary eventually.
Yeah, getting the 10-21 still would have been very tough for Razorflame to compete with. And this I think this will be good here.
There we go. Just go away.
That Lorelei is the worst waifu in the game, tied with all the other waifus. Alright, you see Razorflame going to work on Geo, not getting the double 4, but has a... Ooh, this might actually...
Oh no. Wait!
What? Oh no.
This is definitely a game of frames sometimes. Where they sometimes get out of danger by, like,
Oh, but...
potentially just a frame or two to be able to clear more, and then get it into a chain so they can buy even more time, and then it just snowballs and until they just decide to give up. like right there.
Yeah, these opponents sometimes don't know how to prioritize certain clears, and they'll get caught out of position or ignore obvious clears, and I think that saved Razorflame from a bit more trolling there. Razorflame trying to figure out how to arrange that into a 4 combo, and he's gonna cut that off, and then
We need a little bit more ammo because Gary's downstacking quickly. Unless he takes too long to deal with the left side. And he does. Okay. In that case, that was perfect. And that wraps up Razorflame's hard run as well. A little over 2 minutes behind, but decent effort there. Got caught a couple times, not quite topping off opponents. And having them punish.
Gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all, Pokemon.
This is one of those games where you're in constant situations where being slow on something by literal frames can sometimes cost you multiple seconds, possibly a minute in hard mode, possibly several minutes in S hard mode. It's brutal sometimes.
And this is why I wish, and I think the whole community wishes, that puzzle speedruns got a little bit more mainstream attention, is that they are the most demanding of all the genres, I would say. Just to constantly have to do... You're not constantly doing frame-perfect tricks, but there's always the possibility of doing many frame-perfect things, and you always have to improvise. Yeah, I wish I was not feeling so sleepy today.
Uh-oh.
Oh no!
Razorflame dropped that combo, yes. Oh no!
And that scam clear is gonna give Razorflame's Gary 1 time to find the clear. Normal mode is doing normal things right off the bat. Normal mode wants you to know exactly what it is, and what it is the worst.
For sure. It still has a ridiculous amount of stop time, but now opponents' cursors can get to a lot more things than in easy mode.
Yeah, the amount of extra stop time they get is not in proportion to the increased cursor speed. Like, it is vastly out of sync. And
much better.
We've seen many races in group stage where the hard mode has been faster than the normal mode. It's been absolutely absurd.
Razorflame needing a tech to keep that chain up. They did it, sent enough. Get the Brock in 22.
Nice catch there by Cards.
Short attack, probably good.
You can see he's doing a little bit of timer scam, but okay, I guess you had time to get there. Yep, of course. There's going to be a chain there, you know, all like there is. Downstack, there's a clear right there. Is Missy going to get there? Yes, she is. Oh my gosh, and this is why all of the homies hate normal mode.
Yeah, and then there's the situations in which there's literally nothing you could have done, like the timing. Maybe if you turn literally everything into a combo, but unless you're Yoshi, you don't have the kind of taskbot level speed for that.
Just turn it into combos only normal mode. Easy. So Card's going for some oops all singles here. He is
Trying
having
to
a
find
hard
extra
time.
attacks. They come in now. Surge still hasn't cleared the little garbage block.
No, of course. What? Surge switching priorities
Nice
fast
buy
enough.
time there.
Still down stacking. Still down stacking. Gets the 29. Razorflame is a little short on this attack. Surge finding the clear.
That's
And
fine. Okay.
Razorflame actually keeping pace with Cards. Probably more due to the trolling on Cards' side. So we'll yeah, that's the thing about normal mode. Sometimes you can play perfectly well and still get some of the worst times. I think you were on commentary during my my match against Flagel Stand 6, and I had just a god awful normal mode and where I don't feel like I made any mistakes, and that can happen. But we all knew what we were getting into when we decided to start speedrunning this.
It does.
Or maybe not. Maybe we didn't know what we were getting into, because how many of our choices are really ours?
We are not beat yet.
If you want a more raw test of skill, that's where Marathon and Spa Service come in. But the variability makes this the main event because
Yes.
it's just a lot more unpredictable.
Yes, we have some of the upsets in League of Puzzle Speedrunner history have definitely gained prominence in the lore, such as I believe the Tetris Attack 2021 tournament where you beat FFR Pro in the main bracket, and Cards got upset as Cards gets a really nice 10 there. Cards got upset by Wired Wiki in that tournament. As part of a grand conspiracy to give me the worst bracket matchup in history. So we love the randomness. It is a feature, not a bug. But try telling that to a runner that's just getting trolled at every turn.
We got here a game with, if you look at the graph of luck and skill, which are two different axes, it's not like a slider. This game is probably lands, at least a speedrun version, probably lands somewhere up on the upper right quadrant along with something like poker.
Yeah. I mean, poker is infamously a game of luck and skill, and this is more or less the same thing, but you don't have to spend $10,000 to enter the World Series of Poker.
It's a good Razor attack. That's a decent Cards attack that was stalled by Tracy a little bit, but still passable. Going for the good transition, save a fraction of a second. I have no idea if that was it, but...
Oh, Razorflame had the right idea there, trying to extend out that chain with the 5 combo, but just a little bit late. That's going to give Tracy time to clear. He's going to get to work building another attack.
Cards' rocket got confuzzled. Just fine.
How good are you?
Cards extending his lead to about a stage and a half here. 4 more stages left to go. Normal mode does have 14 total stages, ending on Bruno. Oh, and the Cards dropping this. He did say in chat that he was feeling not 100% on race day, so that's possibly behind some of these drop chains, but still a solid 18 there.
Not many can compete against his B+ game, though, so... This is still looking pretty well in his favor.
Chat cards in the chat says World Series of Puzzle League win. And I think I could beat Doyle Brunson in a game of Puzzle League. What do you think?
How many tells do you give away?
One of them.
Are you ready?
That's a good Geo kill. Card 2 stages ahead. Looking to just find double 4 opening and then just get as many extra lines as possible.
Yeah, lots of combos.
Weaves in an extra 4.
Yep, Lorelai's gonna go
Everything
for those.
is fine there.
Lorelai goes for those purples. Doesn't have nearly enough time. 12 seconds on Lorelai as we go into the final stage. Hard's hoping to get the sub 9 here and should be able to do it without any excess trolling. As he likes to say, so long as it's a brew yes and not a brew no.
It's a 4-4-5-5 in 2 lines. Isn't that... I think that's 6, maybe 7?
That's pretty good. Wow! In cards, with one of his patented combo blitzes, takes down Bruno in 12 seconds and finishes the time of 8:49.
Don't give up. Don't give up. I'm gonna win.
Oh, and Razorflame getting trolled
Give up.
by Discount Ash here.
Not enough extra? Oh, as soon as this chain block comes down, shouldn't last that much longer.
I'm gonna win. Way to go.
Well, after this, he shouldn't last that much longer.
Don't give up. Way to go.
Richie, you can give up.
Way to go. Way to go.
At least with the lower difficulty modes, like, just given how the game works, most people have a chance to at least get through it. As long as they can survive. You don't have to send big attacks on your casual playthroughs. You can, they will just sort of get overwhelmed by the speed level, if nothing else. Maybe those Pokeball steel block garbages if it gets that far. So most anyone can get through it. It's a much different story when you're trying to do it in a refined manner and getting them all in one attack every time. That's when it gets more tricky and way more variable.
Yeah, Pokemon Puzzle League, and the Puzzle League series in general, it's the speedrun is all about mastering what simplicity there is there. That's a... Oh, but Bruno has the greens. And Razor, quite proud of his attack in the chat.
15 combo!
Oh, 11 combo, okay.
Is 14 or 15 2 lines? I mean 3 lines.
I think it's 15. I think 14 sends 2 7 blocks. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure that's how it was in Tetris Attack, at least.
Either way, good way to finish the Bruno. It looks like the time is in 11:24. That is respectable and nothing to sneeze at because many casual puzzle players would take a much longer than that.
Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. This is going to be match point for Cards of the Heart. This match going about as we expected. Cards being a Puzzle League savant. Been in the community many years. What were you gonna say, Six?
Easy mode, right?
Ah, yes. They're gonna be going down to easy mode. Taking it easy. But by no means is it an easy category.
This is where Cards' tech is going to shine the most. Unless you run into a situation where the AI clears on like 5 or more times, which I've seen before, but rarely. It should be the road to the sweep coming up. Cross-shaped 6. Horizontal-shaped 6.
Ooh, dropping it down a little bit, but
Black
Cards
Gary,
has
but he's too slow.
very solid 16. Yes, the most important thing for any aspiring runner to keep in mind is that the first 2 stages of easy mode, Gary and Brock, they do not raise their stacks at the beginning, so you have to make your attacks triple Baconator sized, as it were.
Even down stack and not raise, sometimes you gotta give him like 9 lines depending. This Brock needs 7.5.
Oh, the 6
The little
combos
garbage block
there.
is coming down, but the
But
rest
that's
isn't.
that 6 combo is
That got
gonna
him.
put Brock right into the S-hard kill.
Razorflame needs a follow-up attack, and because the game speed is just much slower, you see how long it takes to do that. That ends up extending that into a 22-second stage.
Are you ready?
Look at that 9 combo from Cards. Although not quite sure how to extend that. Whenever you get a 9 combo in that position, it can be hard to see how you can move blocks around it. But Misty's cursor speed is just so slow.
It
That-
took a while for Cards to find that last combo. Oh, if... That could have evened it up immediately if Razor's Misty hadn't cleared. So it goes.
Ready when you are.
Yeah, these are probably not the cards that Times would want against anybody else, but it's getting the job done in this case.
Ooh. Oh, that's a solid attack from Razor, but Surge getting the clear literally right as those garbage blocks fall down.
Double pillars though, so nothing after that. That's all Cards needs for Erica. 3 chain, 5 combo, exactly enough.
Oh, Razorflame adjusting well. Doesn't get anything besides the 5 chain, but sometimes that's good enough on easy mode.
She's not at the top there. So yeah, there's several phases that you go through when getting better at the speed run. First you're sending healthy enough attacks to top them off. Then you may be sending a lot of overkill because of how many times you're training, and then you're trying to send exactly enough. So you really try and press like when you can do that, and then you get enough board vision that you can vary how much you send in your attacks based on whatever they're doing, and that is the state that Cards is at for sure.
Yes, we saw him intentionally drop a chain or cut off a chain just to not to send too much to the opponents, and that's really the art of the art of lower difficulties here is just sending enough. And we'll see runners do different strategies. Between matches and PB grinding, usually we'll play a little bit more conservatively in matches, but PB grinding, you're going to send the absolute minimum, sometimes even like one fewer. Sometimes 3 lines will be enough, but typically it'll be 4 lines. And I remember when I did my very first Tetris Attack speedruns in 2017, just with a timer on my phone, I was sending like 9 and 10 chains on everyone and waiting for them to die. And then you quickly realize that you don't, 4G strats are cool, but they're not really like that helpful necessarily, especially not on the easier difficulties. They're mostly for S hard when you need to chain into oblivion so the AI will actually leave you an opening.
This has definitely throughout this match been more segmented attacks from cards than probably any other match this tournament, but Razorflame hasn't been able to capitalize on it that much. Extra combos are coming down on Rocket now.
Ooh, another
There's
10.
an easy 10 that he was looking for, probably.
The cards with a full stage lead. Razorflame getting a very solid 12 on Tracy, and easy mode does finish at Giovanni, so he's going to be wrapping this up maybe with like a 6:15-ish or so. Like very, very solid time. Would be competitive with just about anyone, I'd say. He's going to go into the X3.
Should be the final attack. 1 clear, flat, extra combo. Does not find the clear.
There it is.
All things considered, still a very decent easy mode time. Not really punished for the little errors mid-stage. Definitely something he's more comfortable with. Maybe not all the way, but more comfortable.
It's very minor trolling from Cards' side. And he is going to sweep this match against Razorflame 3-0. And did he go undefeated in group stages? I think he did, but we'll double check when I look at the standings here.
I didn't take anything from him, right?
Who?
In the tie match?
I don't think he did. And the Razorflame actually getting a PB with that 657.
Nice.
So GG's for him. Yeah, typically when you go up against someone you know you're mismatched against, you really just want to play your best and put on a respectable performance. Because, even if you're probably going to lose, it's fun to play Puzzle League and it's fun to put on a show for the community. So GG's to Razorflame and Cards of the Heart as they vanish from their webcam and we realize the facade that has been played on us this entire time.
Cardboard backup. Hey, congratulations, Cards of the Heart. Enough of a performance to sweep Razorflame and make a presence as as one of the top seeds. We will calculate that all very, very shortly, but just good stuff overall from Seto Kaiba, the tournament creator.
Yes, Seto Kaiba. Unfortunately, unlike Seto Kaiba, he cannot create a World Series of puzzle speedrunning with his dad's company, but we still like him. So yeah, Cards of the Heart going undefeated, 4-0 with a 12-0 game record, not dropping a single game, and Tai moving on as well with a 3-1 match record and a 9-7 game record for about 56%. And Tai has made a couple main brackets, and Cards, of course, is a mainstay of the main brackets. And Zep, I like being smart and Razorflame rounding it out, and I believe Zep is going to be a pretty high seed in the Redemption tournament as he put up a respectable 7-7 game record. So yeah, GG's to everyone in Pool 1. Be interesting to see how Cards and Tide do in the main bracket. Any thoughts on that matchup or this bracket 6 before we I believe we're gonna move ahead and preview the main bracket?
I think this ended up pretty much how I expected it to, except maybe the Zep Smart match, but otherwise it seems like how it should be laid out. Good effort from Ty. I hope he does well, and impressive performance from Cards. Good luck against the rest of the Puzzle Legends as well.
That's gonna do it for our pool stage, and it always flies by. We had 5 weeks of matches this time around, and we're already done with it. So, but no need to despair, because we're going to be moving on to the main bracket starting next week.
Indeed we are. Thank you again, Tamian and Six, for covering that match for us. So before we start talking about what is going to happen in the final bracket, let's take one last look at the weighted average race time tiebreaker and see how the results finalized. That is not a final result. That is a final result, and you can see it is Yoshi ending up on top with that 98.69 score. Very nice score to end the stage on, and just the way Yoshi and FFR played, they definitely are deserving to be the tops on this board. And it looks like from Razorflame's performance, he will be falling just short of overtaking Fudu for Redemption bracket seeding, which we can get into when we show off the Redemption bracket next month. But yeah, that should take care of everything we need to talk about with the pool stage. I'm going to engage in a little bit of setup to make sure that the bracket is final, and then we will take a look at the final matchups and give our personal odds to who is going to win it all. So if you're watching on YouTube, sit tight for a few minutes. We'll get things set up for you to talk about this final bracket now that the matchups are now set in stone. So stay tuned. You are watching the League of Puzzle Speedrunners Pokemon Puzzle League Speedrun Tournament 2022. Welcome back to the League of Puzzle Speedrunners Pokemon Puzzle League Speedrun Tournament 2022. I am your head tournament organizer, Cards of the Heart, joined by Six and Tamian ND, and we are ready to talk about our final bracket in the One-Player Stadium tournament. But first, we must take a look at the pool stage and how those matches turn out. So the results are now final. In Pool 1, we have myself at 4-0 match record, 12-0 race record, moving on from the top seed, overall number 1, alongside Ty with a 3-1 and 9-7 record, good enough for the overall number 8 seed. In Pool 2, we have FFR Pro 21, 4-0 and 12-2, good enough for the 3 seed, as well as Fortnite Mike, the 15 seed sensation, 3-1 and 10-6 records respectively, good enough for the overall 7 seed. In Pool 3, we have BB Forky at 5-0 and 15-3, good for the 4 seed. overall, alongside our very own Tayman ND here with a 4-1 and 13-6 record for the overall 6th seed. Then rounding it out in Pool 4, the Pool of Death, it ends with Yoshi112, our defending Tetris Attack champion, at 5-0 and 15-2, claiming the overall 2 seed alongside the Tetris Attack runner-up Foxy Man at 4-1 and 12-4, good enough for the overall 5 seed. So now that we know where the seeds lie, we can now take a look at the finalized start of our bracket.
Ta-da!
And here we are. Here we are 1 versus 8, 2 versus 7, 3 versus 6, and 4 versus 5. Though from this view, it is 1 versus 8, 4 versus 5, 2 versus 7, and 3 versus 6. So these matchups are now final. It is myself against Ty in a rematch in the first round, alongside BB Forky against Foxy Man, Yoshi112, and Fortnite Mike and FFR Pro 21 taking on Tayman ND. So let's start with 6. You look at these matchups and project them forward, and you think what about this bracket?
Everything should be exciting from this point. Now that we're into even more variable modes of PPL, V hard and S hard, every single player has some amount of chance, including the overall victory royale from Fortnite Mike. Who knows?
Indeed. Tayman, I'm sorry. Yeah, go through FFR again in early round. How are you feeling about this bracket overall, though?
I mean, yeah, like Six Segs said, like we're in spoopy territory, and I think V hard, it's a weird blend of hard and S hard. It plays like S hard at the beginning. It plays like S hard at the end. So I think those top runners, yourself, Cards, Yoshi, FFR Pro, they're gonna have the advantage, at least early on in V hard, and then the strategy sort of changes to the pillar stop time strategy and the S hard kill strategy. And we've seen before, like, underdogs take a lead early on in V hard, and then it just swing back the other way as the more experienced V hard players kind of get to the point of the run that's a little bit more in their hands. So I'm interested to see how Fortnite Mike is gonna adjust to V hard. He has learned. He learned the strats for easy, normal, and hard mode pretty well, but V hard is just a whole new arena entirely. So yeah, I hope we have a dark horse move forward here. This is like almost like entirely top runners. I'd call Ty and Fortnite the underdogs in this main bracket, so hopefully we get a couple upsets, and then FFR Pro versus myself. I think that's gonna be the highlight of week 1, and Forky versus Foxy Man is definitely gonna be really exciting. And yeah, anything can happen in V hard, so let's get excited.
Yes, indeed. Anything can happen in V hard, and we're gonna have to endure at least 2 rounds of V hard before we get to the stuff that we really come here to play. So the first 2 rounds of each side of this bracket will be played on the V hard difficulty. That includes the winners quarterfinals, the winners semifinals, losers round 1, and the losers quarterfinals. And once we get to the losers semifinals and the winners finals, it will be S hard the rest of the way. And I've been mulling over a little change that I wanted to make to the format in light of another speedrun tournaments format that I saw recently, and I think to help accommodate the structure of Start GG a little bit better, I'm going to go ahead and make that change and announce it here. So, Grand Finals is currently set to be a best of 7, with the winner starting the winner of the winner's bracket starting that match with a 1-0 lead. I'm going to do away with that. I'm going to make the Grand Finals best of 5, still with no advantage going into it, but I will go ahead and institute a bracket reset now.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, if we had consecutive best of 5 matches in one day, that might prove to be a problem from a physical health perspective, and if not a mental health perspective as well. So the bracket reset will not be another best of 5. It will be a best of 1.
Oh.
Ooh.
So the winner of the winner's bracket is still gonna have to win the same number of matches to take the title from the first match, but the winner of the loser's bracket will also have to win the same number of matches as if we did not have a bracket reset in this situation. So it's gonna be the winner. It's gonna be the winner's bracket trying to take 3 wins before the loser's bracket winner takes 4 wins, which that will not change. That will not change overall from our from the best of 7 format that I had announced previously, and I think that's going to make things a lot easier on me for presentation purposes, if not for logistic purposes. So with that in mind, I want to start with you, Tayman. Who do you think is going to end up in the finals of this tournament? This is who you got time, so who you got?
It's gonna be in the finals. I'm gonna. Is this even possible? I'm gonna put myself and Forky in the finals. The spicy meatball take. I think I want that rematch with less garbage luck this time.
Oh, that would be a lot of fun to see in the finals. Six. Who would you think will get into the grand finals? Who you got winning this whole thing?
Just to make me feel better about myself, Yoshi versus Foxy Man again.
Yeah, that'd be good.
With Foxy Man getting the last laugh, ideally.
Oh, it's gonna be so interesting because we've got projections here of a possible match myself with a Forky, which would create some logistical nightmares, or myself against Foxy Man, the two best times in the V hard before this tournament coming together to win and make it to S hard. Mike is just going to be in for a real time, just having to face a minimum of Yoshi and FFR or Tayman. That's going to be a rough road for anyone to go through. I'm honestly thinking I would honestly put myself in the winners finals against FFR. Because I think Yoshi's going to run into some stumbling blocks at the higher levels. So it's going to be I think it's going to be FFR in the grand finals, and I think Tayman's going to end up making the run to beat me down in losers finals. I think it's going to be Tayman versus FFR in the grand finals, and I think Tamian could. I think Tamian gonna take it. Gonna take
seems
it
like-
at the end.
Yeah, it seems like the more realistic scenario. And that itself would still be really spicy.
Oh yeah. The projections for this are definitely going to be fun to make, and I think BB Forky is going to have a bit of a little game to play with the bracket projections for this bracket. So if you are hanging out in our Discord at the League of Puzzle Speedrunners, stay tuned for that. I might have some extra goodies to project for that. Looks like Tayman had to get into some real life things, so we'll say farewell to him, and we will say farewell to our pool stage. It was quite a fun little excursion, but now we're getting to the part that a bunch of us really came here to play. So we will have that to look forward to, and just to give an idea of how the rest of this is going to go. Don't forget, tomorrow we have our spa service tournament, which if you thought the marathon tournaments had some fun displays of skill, spa service will really teach you to go fast, even if you're not necessarily trying to make chains in that sequence. So tune in for that. That should be a lot of fun. And then over the next 4 or 5 weeks or so, we will be going through our bracket. So the first round of winners will be next week on the 22nd and 23rd. And then after that, we will take care of the winners semifinals and the first round of the losers bracket. We're going to be trying to complete one winners and one losers round a week as much as we can. On November 5th and 6th, we will go through the losers quarterfinals. November 12th, we'll see winners finals and losers semifinals, followed up right after that with the losers finals, and then go to hopefully a grand finals showing on Saturday the 19th of November. And once we're done with that, we will go right into our consolation bracket, the redemption bracket. We'll definitely have some matches to show on that Saturday, and then everything should be done on Sunday, November 20th, with the end of the redemption bracket. So we'll have quite a bit of fun left with this tournament still to be had yet. And once I have determined the times for the matchups in the first round of the bracket, then we will announce them over on our Twitter at Puzzle Speedrun, or you can join our Discord and get the news when that drops. So we'll have to figure out some potential scheduling conflicts with the remaining players, because I know there are going to be a few things that might come up going forward. But 6, that is it for the pool stage of our tournament. Any final thoughts on how that stage went in general?
Well, a lot of things happened. There were a few interesting surprises. There were a few things aligning just the way it should have, but basically every single person in the main bracket deserves it, and I hope you give it the best you got and don't get trolled.
Definitely don't get trolled. This the idea that we have a 15 seed in the bracket, and we were so close to getting a 17 seed as well. That just goes to show how deep this tournament is, and as we hopefully get more and more people involved, it's just going to get deeper and deeper. We've had quite a few surprises from some newcomers, like Fortnite Mike, like Fate7799. Hopefully more of those people on the fringes will get involved with our tournaments, and we'll have even more fun and chaos to be had. I think it's going to be more fun when more people get involved, because that means hopefully we won't see the same matchups over and over again. We can keep things fresh, keep things interesting. That would be my dream. But we'll have more time to explore that dream in future tournaments. But for today, that will do it for us. Congratulations again to Yoshi112 for taking down the Marathon Championship title, and I expect he will be heavy in contention for the Spa Service Championship tomorrow. So make sure you tune in for that. For Six and everyone else at the League of Puzzle Speedrunners, this has been Cards of the Heart, and until next time, everyone, happy puzzling.
Congratulations.